we'll send you up to the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, as we hand it over to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one here between the Atlanta Falcons, now a first carry for Derrick Henry, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Glennon hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory. Down to the 40-yard line. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Glennon. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 21 that time. And that leads to an Atlanta first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Patrick Peterson is almost an anomaly at cornerback. A big, thick, physical guy who can run with any receiver in the league.
All right, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now 4th down coming up.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to kick points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you can come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
They come out here in the eye. First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. 3rd and long for Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he'll go ahead. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Let's just take it at the 18. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And a look at the defense now.
Ready? Wait.
Second down, Winston. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. They go play action. Winston. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that one.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it.
There goes Thomas Rawls. And all the way down to the 5. A big run that time by Rawls. 71 yards. A nice, strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them. So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Now Jameis on second down. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And now look at him go. He's at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things
interception.
for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. They'll come out in the pistol. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Five wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Now a second down throw for Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. A first down carry for Henry. A strong running. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
Throwing right, and that's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So that wind at his back that time may have just given it the juice that it needed for 3.
And I tell you, everything had to be perfect here. Good snap, good hold. He's got to drive it low and hope. Like you say, that gets a little help from the wind. And wow, it does just sneak over the bar.
And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Ready? Blue ready, go!
From the gun, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Henry, the lone man in the backfield, and they'll give it to him here. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive. 2
minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Let's go!
Glennon. And this is Gabriel on the catch. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, after last week where he kept finding the end zone, what do you have, 2 touchdown runs?
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. 2nd down, the ball on the 2 here, 2nd and goal. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the I. Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now hang on here, timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now Glennon. That's caught at the 2. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Out of his end zone, Winston. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They come up in an offset I. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a short gain here. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third down. Here's Rawls. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. Backing up. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it then. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a toss. This is Rawls. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, it's Henry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 57 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're summoned.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And the lead will grow by one more. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Ertz has it left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Ready.
Third and short yardage, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Second down, Winston. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. All right, now, look at 56.
Here's Henry. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They'll set up a throw. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
The play clock's running down. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the busy night for Henry continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Lucky Whitehead, his intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. On 3rd down, Winston. And he connects with Ertz. A good pickup there at 22.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
They'll throw again. Winston. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. It's a 4-receiver look, all to the left side. Now Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Jameis to throw it. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And he's able to find Diggs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, it's Winston. That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles get a score closer. So it will no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
All right, here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It fights him off, muscles him off. He's going to air one out. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Back there, Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Over. No. Check. Patriot. Now, Barney. Leopard.
Glennon. Escapes the sack. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something.
And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel down.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Atlanta, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they're going the wrong way, as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.